Hi, good morning. It's Natasha again. Today's video is video number 2 in our series for business and budget, and I hope that you are just as excited as I am to do this video and this whole process together. Again, I'm doing it because this is a way for me to be held accountable. I have a hard time following through with things like this. I'm sure there's other people that can relate to that. I love planning it, but the follow through is hard for me, so this is going to be amazing, and also to just document the progress. So this video is going to be 2 parts. The first part is going to be setting up your envelopes. Now, I'm not like an expert or anything. I don't know that anybody really is an expert in this. I'm just doing what I think probably is going to work for me and for you. The numbers that we're going to stuff as far as dollar amounts are going to be lower amounts, just showing that we do not have to have fancy envelopes or high amounts of money in order to start budgeting. We'll also end up budgeting some of the money that we make together through learning how to run your own Poshmark business. And I'm just super excited about that. I have a lot of content around all of this that I can't wait to share with you guys, and hopefully it will help both of us. So the first thing we're going to do today, I'm first going to introduce myself, just in case this is your first video. Sorry for the movement there. I'm not a videographer. I don't really know much about any of that stuff, so I'm just learning. Budgeting, we're just learning. Poshmark, I have been reselling on Poshmark for this is going into my 7.5 or 8 years reselling, mostly on Poshmark. A reason for that, if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, is I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2007. I am 41 now. It was a very traumatic thing for my entire family, which I'm sure that other people who have chronic illnesses, it is a major blow to your family unit in general. So I was only able to work a couple more years after my diagnosis, and now this is why I do Poshmark, because I am not hold on, my dog's barking, sorry about that. I don't like to sit around and do nothing, and so that's not an option for me or my body. So I do my very best to try to help in any way that I can. I wish I could help financially more than I am capable of doing at this point, and doing these videos is going to motivate me to list more a day, because it's very important to be consistent in anything that you do, but definitely Poshmark, it is, you see the results of what you put into your business. So without further ado, we are going to do our envelopes, and I'm just using regular envelopes. Anything that you have around your house will be perfectly fine. We don't need anything fancy to do this or start your Poshmark business. We will get into other things that may help in the future. As far as Poshmark budgeting, we are learning together. So I just found these in the back of my closet, and there was thank you notes that went with these, and so I'm just going to choose. We're only going to do 3 main envelopes today, so I'm just going to choose pink. I'm just going to choose blue, green, and then blue, and then they're just regular envelopes. You can just use any type of envelopes that you have. And the 3 main envelopes that we are going to fill out today are going to be grocery, gas, and savings. Tomorrow we will do, I would like to do a Christmas envelope and also a challenge. I was thinking we could do a 30 envelope challenge, or we can do a just want to make $500 challenge, like a longer term challenge. So the first thing we're going to do is take your envelopes, and we're going to take a marker, any marker, it doesn't matter, and just write those 3 that I had said. So first is grocery. Sorry, my dog wants to go out and just bark more, so please just try to ignore her. Grocery, doesn't need to be anything fancy. The next one is going to be gas. And I know I said that you guys needed a jar or something fun. We'll get into why I said that here in a minute. But the last envelope that we're going to do is save. I just thought these would probably be the best ones to start with because of the uncertainty going on right now in the world. And if we could save like an emergency grocery or just regular grocery, we have absolutely no idea what the prices are going to end up being, and save this. We are going to actually end up splitting whatever we have in here at the end of the 30 days into a different one. So half will stay here and half will stay in another one. And so those are the first 3 envelopes that we're going to make together. And then I said that you needed to, if you wanted to, a jar or something. I found this. I think I'm just going to decorate it or cover this. And then you can take an envelope and just stick it on the front here. Again, we don't need anything fancy, guys. We don't need to wait for a binder or envelopes, fancy envelopes to get here. We can just work with what we have. So on here, you're just going to write me. And then we are going to tape it. It's just a treat container. I washed it out. That was for my dogs. And then just take your tape. And then you're just going to tape it onto whatever you have available. Your jar. Again, we can be fancy later and decorate your jar if you'd like, but this is going to be yours. So together we today have done our me jar. We definitely forget about ourselves and being a mother and a wife and all the things. So me jar is important. Again, that is actually going to be broken up into three guys. 3 different envelopes that are going to actually go in there as well, but that's going to be a later video. But again, there's these 3 that we worked on today. Today is Tuesday, so we'll probably do our actual first cash stuffing in these probably on Friday. And whatever amount that you have, if you can, I was going to start with $22 and then just increase it by $10 every single week. If any of us have have additional funds available to us in order to stuff, feel free to do that. It's your budget. We are just starting it from start to finish together. So these are the things that we have accomplished today for our budget. There will be additional envelopes that we are going to add later. We're going to make in another video however many children we have, an envelope for each one of them, and their envelopes are going to end up into 3 different envelopes as well. And the money that are in those envelopes are going to end up being divided into 3 different envelopes for each child. And I'll go into that in a later video as well. Like I said, you can only have 1 additional envelope. Once I go over the reason why I think there should be 3 for each child, I think it'll make more sense. Both of my children are, I would not say completely grown, but they are in college. One is 21 and one is almost 20, both boys. And so we've done the school, the graduation, now college. We've done the announcements for graduation, the pictures, and I'm going to go into all of that in more detail. I'm just going off of my experience, just to try to help you before your kids get to be in high school and you're just now figuring out budgeting. I am guilty of that because it was not something that was implemented in school, which I do believe that it is something that is necessary. That's just my belief. I think people's finances would be a whole lot better if this was something that was taught to them at school from a young age and not learning when you're an adult. I think people would be healthier, and I don't think people would be as stressed out, and the anxiety that people have. I'm guilty of having all of those things to a pretty bad, it's pretty bad in all of those aspects, and I think it would be better if, again, we learned this from a very young age. So this is all we're going to do today with budget. I'm super excited to do this with you guys. Again, we will have another video before we do our first cash stuffing on Friday, because we're going to add some additional envelopes, and I think that will probably be in my video tomorrow, maybe. I'm not sure, but the rest of this video will be did you pick your 10 items? And if you've seen my other video, you know what I'm talking about. You just need to get 10 items from around your house that are in pretty good condition. Doesn't matter what it is, other than probably food or a liquid product. However, you can sell those on Poshmark, but toys, clothes, hats, shoes, glasses, sunglasses, anything really, anything unopened. We need 10 items to get this process started, and I'm so excited to do this with you. So let me switch gears. We're actually going to go out to my garage, and we are going to go through the 10 items that I picked and my process of getting them ready to actually be photographed. So give me a second and we will get moving. And hey, if you're doing this with me, I'm super proud of you. I wish there was somebody that would have did step-by-step with me when I was younger. Not blaming anybody. Most of it is just because nobody knew that this was something that would be super helpful for all aspects of your life. So I'm very happy and proud of you for doing this and taking your first step in completing it. If you are like me and love to do the process of direction or making the envelopes, but the follow-through process is difficult for you, I got you. I have the same problem, but we're going to get through this together. So a couple of things in this video today. If you can just leave a comment for me, letting me know what was the reason why you have you budgeted before? What was the reason why you stopped? What are some things that you would like to budget for? And then also on the business part of this video, what are your 3 favorite clothing brands that you like for yourself? Not for your children or your husband, but for yourself. What are your 3 top favorite brands? If you can just leave me a comment down below, it would just be really interesting to see what brands you guys have talked about in the comments, and I will actually let you know in probably 2 weeks what the top 3 brands were that I received in the comments below. So let me pause this video and we will go out to my garage and we will go through the whole process in getting your 10 items a day ready to be photographed and listed. So I hope you guys have already went on your cell phone, went to your app store and downloaded your Poshmark Closet or Poshmark app onto your phone so that you can create your Poshmark Closet. Now when you do this, when it's asking you for your username, whatever username you put in is, I would say, would be it would better just to say that that's going to be your closet name. So if I had it to do over again, and if I knew that my closet name would not be Mother Spears 30, it would have been something else. Make it something that describes you, or something spunky, or something that pops a little bit. So take your time in deciding on what your name of your closet is going to be. because I think you would be a little bit more proud of it, going into it, knowing that that is actually your closet name, or the name of your business. So give me 1 second and we'll go get on to the rest of this video. Again, I'm proud of you. Okay, so now we are in the garage and I have my items here. These are all of the items that were in my first what's in the bag, 1 of 9 videos, because there's 9 bags I'm going to open. If you haven't seen that video, I will put it right here so that you can go back and look at it, but I will show you the items, and then these are all the items, my 10 items that are going to go into my Poshmark closet today. So I will show you from start to finish how to measure them. I will steam them. I'm probably not going to do that on here, but they will be steamed, maybe I will, and measured, and then we will take these inside and photograph them, and then the whole process of listing them. So the first thing that I have here is my measuring tape, just a piece of paper for the measurements, and then just a pen. So the first item is this Hello Haiti, really cool printed shirt. I will go through all of the pictures that you need to take for each item, but right now I'm just going to show you each item and then the measurements that will be done. So this one is a short sleeve shirt, so you won't take any arm measurements on this piece, but you will take a measurement of the length of this item. In all clothing items, I'm getting my measuring tape. I'm just going to put it around my neck. So take your measuring tape, and the seam where the collar and the shirt meet is where you're going to go for the length. So you're going to take your measuring tape and go all the way down to the bottom of this shirt, and it's going to be 32.5 inches long. This is your first item, and it's a Hawaiian shirt, and the length, just put L, and then the length is 32, just like this. It's your chicken scratch. You're the only one that's going to see it, but this is going to be something that you need. I have one of these every day when I list, not only to write down the measurements and the name of the item, but any flaws that I see, stains, anything really, I just notate it on there, so I make sure I put it in the listing. So now the next one that you're going to do is a pit to pit, which means it's going to be the seam that's right here all the way across the front to the other side. I don't know if I can show this to you, how to do it. Let me try to move this closer. I don't know. Let me see. So it's hanging up here. So I'm trying to make it easier for you guys to see. So you're going to go from the seam here underneath the arm to the other side, and that is 28. So we have the length, and then we have the chest, which is 28, and I don't see any flaws or anything on this piece, so this piece is ready to be listed or photographed and then listed. So I'm going to put that over here. This is a standard James Purse jacket, and so this one here is going to have a couple of different, it's going to have the length measurement, the chest measurement, which is across the chest, but then it's also going to have the arm length. It's again where these two meet from here all the way down to the end here. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me write the name up here. So this is standard James Purse jacket. Then I'm going to put length, chest, and arm. If you can see that. And then I'll just add my measurements as I go. So again, we're going to do the first one, which is where the seam for the collar and the actual jacket meet. It's going to be from there all the way to the bottom. So this is 25.5 inches long. The chest again is pit to pit, and that is 20. And then the arm again is where the seam meets. here. And that is 27.5 inches for the arm. And then I will steam these after I'm done doing the measurements, the ones that need to be steamed. And when you do the steaming, that's where you're really going to see if there's any flaws or stains or anything that you may need to notate in your listing. So this one is done. And then the next one is this Columbia jacket, navy blue and teal. Again, it's the same ones as the James Purse one. It's arms, chest, and length. So let me do that. 27.5 is the length. The arm. See, now this one does not have a seam where you can see it, but you can just use your best judgment. I put in all of my listings that my measurements are approximate. So I just use the hanger, or if it's on a mannequin, right from the tip there of the shoulder all the way down to the bottom is 28 inches for the arm. And then the chest. The chest measurement, or pit to pit measurement, is 22. And this doesn't take very long. We are already on number 4. So this is a romper. Romper is it is shorts. So you're going to go full length on this piece from top to bottom of this piece. You're not going to do arm measurements because it's a short sleeve. But then you will also do the hip measurement on here, which is right below the pocket insert is where the hip is, and then inseam on this piece. So top to bottom. And you could probably just do this on the outside. Let me show you. From the top here to just the bottom, as if it was like a dress. I'm sorry guys, my lighting. I asked my boys if they could help me this morning, but they didn't know how to fix it either. So let me try to turn this on again. So I'll just hold it here. So we're just going to do like we would the length of a shirt, where the collar and the part of the shirt would meet, but then we're going to go all the way to the bottom of this piece here because it's a romper. So this would be the same thing that you would pretty much do if it was a dress. So it's 43 for the length, and you'll just put top to bottom so they know what you're talking about. Then you'll do the hips, like I said, and then also the inseam, the length of the shorts. And the inseam, then you'll do chest. So the inseam for these shorts, which is the length of the shorts, is 10. And then we'll do chest, is 22. And then just the hips, which is right below the pocket. So here is the pocket, the top of the pocket, and then here's the bottom of the pocket. Right below it is where you start doing your measurement for the hips. It's the widest part of your hips, I believe. 26. So that one's done. We are almost done with 5 already, guys. And I hope that you are following along with your own items. This is an Athleta, new with tags, pullover fleece jacket. And these are the normal length arm and chest measurements. So I'm going to do the arm first, and it does not have the seam, so I'm just going to go where the beginning of the hanger ends. So 30.5 is the arm length. The chest measurement right underneath the arm is 23, and the length is 29. So we got our first 5 done. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that, I'm sorry. I'll show it to you when we get back in. There we go. And then I'm going to do my other 5, and then I will meet you back in the office so that we can move to our next step.